Hello guys, and a very warm welcome to this PebblePad Portfolio Evidence Guidance session.
In this video, I will guide you through the PebblePad platform and show you how to access, navigate, and complete the required sections of your portfolio of evidence for the NEBDN qualification.
I will start by showing you how you do the login procedure,
followed by an overview of the PebblePad dashboard and the key areas that you will be using throughout your PoE journey. We will then go through each section of the portfolio, including where to find your tasks, how to upload your evidence, how to complete the required activities, and the important points you need to be aware of when submitting your work. The purpose of this guidance is to help you become familiar with the platform and to make sure you feel confident completing your PoE requirements correctly and within the required timelines. Please watch the full guidance carefully, and if you have any questions while completing your portfolio, please contact the Sage Academy team for support. There is no rush at all, and we are here for you every step of the way. Let's begin by logging into PebblePad.
So if you search PebblePad login on Google, it will come up like this. Choose the first option.
Once you click over here, you can press on, and you have to select NEBDN.
Always choose this and press continue.
Once you press continue, you have to put down your username and your password.
Press login and it will direct you to the dashboard. Now here is how you have to start your PebblePad journey.
The first option in the top bar says Learner Guidance and Declaration. Once you click on that, there are two parts.
All the details of how to use PebblePad and how to complete your portfolio of evidence are provided over here. Let's press on Part 1 Guidance.
So that's the Part 1 Guidance.
It says Portfolio of Evidence Guidance for Learners Part 1. There is a tutorial video as well.
You can click on here and start watching it.
Everything is visible, everything is written over here, but still, for easier convenience, I am explaining it to you here. So once you start your PoE, if you come down to the first part of the guidance, it clearly says that you have to complete your PoE.
There will be three parts, which are knowledge evidence, witness evidence, and performance evidence.
So these are the key things which you need to complete in your PoE.
In terms of evidence, evidence means the regular activities which you do as a dental nurse, those things which you need to mention in it. You have to click some pictures, you have to record a conversation between you and your assessor, and upload them in your PebblePad login.
Once you read the whole page, please mark this as Mark Page as complete.
To do that, you just move on and select Part 2 Guidance. Over here, there is a full layout. How many units are there?
It says 1 to 10 units.
What kind of evidence you can upload and what witness evidence is.
So initially, as it is the first time you guys are doing the
PoE, you must read the whole page, the whole guidance document, so you get enough idea of what sort of documents and what sort of questions you will be facing and what you need to complete.
So it is witness evidence, it is a personal development plan, it is the provider and employer details which have to be filled in setting up and getting started.
Read this section.
Complete your evidence section. Complete your performance evidence and witness evidence.
So these are all the details over here. They have even shown you how to upload a document. So if you receive feedback, a green tick means it has passed. An amber line means you have to do the assessment again. And the red dot means that your assessment has not been passed.
It is not sufficient, and your assessor needs a bit more detail on how you can complete that specific question. And that is completely okay, it is all part of learning.
Mark the page as complete, then you can move forward.
What you need to do over here is these are just the two guidance parts, which you just need to read to get to know the platform which you're using.
You have to start by this. Click on Learner Information and put down all the details which you have. Which is you need to select an employment start date, which is necessary. If you don't do it, no one will be able to assess you.
They will not receive any work which you are doing, and your feedback will be delayed.
So you need to select the date.
For example, let's say the 15th of July, 2025, I started my work, that is the employment start date.
You have to mention the name of the practice where you're working along with the postcode.
Following this, just mention the employer name and the address. Moving forward, go for the portfolio start date. So this is the date on which you started doing your PoE. As we are setting up the account now, that means we have started working on this only now. So it will start from today's date, which is the 27th of July. Here again, you mention the employer name and the address. You have to mention the workplace address.
Your contracted hours per week. If you work 16 hours a week, like just 2 days in a week, or if you work full-time, 40 or 4 to 2 hours in a week, you have to mention it over there.
Any specialist treatments?
Usually in general dental practices, there are 6 basic treatments which happen, but certain treatments come under the specialist rule, which are implant treatment, orthodontic treatment, and any treatments under sedation. Certain things which are considered specialist treatment you need to upload and mention over here.
The typical patient population in your placement setting.
So, what number of patients do you usually see in a day?
So, let's say your dentist sees about 20 patients a day.
Some dentists see about 30 patients in a day. So, if the dentist is seeing 30 patients in a day, you are also nursing with them for 30 patients in a day.
So, you have to mention the number over here.
Mark the page as complete, move on, and click on the 4th part, which is the learner declaration. You have to read it thoroughly.
You don't have to just scroll down, click over here, and add a signature. It clearly says that there should be no plagiarism.
Whatever you're writing, you're signing on behalf of yourself, saying that you're aware of all the
policies of any malpractice or maladministration. You have considered it active learner malpractice, and you are acting according to your policy only.
everything you have to sign in once you click on here.
So you have to do that. Click over there, click on this, and add your signature.
Put down your first name, do a signature, press confirm, and it's done. Now this next part, these 3 things will be done by your academy. So, there is nothing you have to do here, because it says the provider's staff details, which will be provided by the academy. The assessor guidance document that is for your academy. Your IQA guidance that is for your academy as well.
So, you don't have to do anything over here.
Your main task starts with the units.
So, these are the 10 units which we mentioned before.
Clicking on the first one, you will see each unit has 5 subsections, which are preparation, knowledge, evidence, performance, evidence, reflection, and assessment.
Same in Unit 2, 5 things, preparation, 2 types of evidence, reflection, and assessment. So once we click over there, you have to start with the preparation. So starting with preparation, you can see you have to read it through,
what you have to do and what you have to be prepared for. So you can see the name of the unit, which is professional practice within the dental setting.
So you have to assess yourself before starting this unit or any other unit.
It asks you please read and justify where you feel your current knowledge levels are.
So you have to rate yourself from 1
to 5, 1 being the lowest knowledge and 5 being the maximum.
So if it says low knowledge level 1,
I would say maybe a 4. I will not say that I am highly knowledgeable, but yes, I do have some level of knowledge.
Following this, you have to identify which method of assessment you and your provider have agreed you will be completing below. Some other academies do have their own, but usually most of the academies will be using knowledge questions and PebblePad.
That is why you are using this platform. Otherwise, your academy might have given you another platform.
Do send them an email if you have not received your details, and if you have not booked your exam, you will not receive your PoE PebblePad logins. If you have not received your PebblePad logins, try to communicate with your academy, send them an email, give them a call, any kind of contact, and make sure that you get an answer for it so that you can mention this whenever you receive your logins. Now this page is complete.
All done. Move forward and go on to knowledge evidence.
So the knowledge evidence.
Unit 1 knowledge evidence. So, what kind of knowledge evidence do you need to provide?
Here's the specific questions are mentioned in it. So it says question 1.1.
Describe the expectations and requirements set out by the GDC in relation to the practice of dental nursing.
This is the key regulation and guidance issued by the GDC. Outline the ethical guidance and relevant laws, including the principles of patient care. So this is the question.
They have already given you a suggestion of what you need to list down in your answer. So these are the things you can do. How do you need to provide the answer moving forward?
So once you start writing an answer,
you have to make sure that you're covering all the 4 points. Plus you need to think about whatever answers you're giving. This following assessment criteria must be followed. Seeing your expectations and requirements, what should they include? These 4 things. Below that, it also mentions the role and the legal and ethical responsibility of a GDC professional. So all of these things need to be read and included in your answer.
Press plus add. You never press add comment.
Always press add evidence. Once you click on add evidence, there will be 2 options, either add an asset
or add text only. It is up to your academy, but on the Sage Academy, we always ask our students to add an asset. When they click on Add an Asset, there will be an option saying you have to upload a new asset.
Click on Upload a new file.
So, whatever answers you have written over here, what you can do is you can write them into a Word file, save them on your computer, and you press Select Files, and it will open up certain things which you need to
Upload from there.
So see, likewise I have, so this is question 1.1. The file which you are writing up, always put a title while you are saving it saying question 1.1.
Then press Upload.
Once you click on that, press Done. If you wish to add a justification, you can do that. Otherwise, just press Save.
It gets saved.
So once you add the evidence, it will show like this. Why did I say put 1.1? Because there is a 1.2 and a 1.4. So this question 1 has subdivisions saying 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. So you need to save the Word document so that you remember what you need to upload in which particular question. So these are all the questions which you need to follow. Once done, mark the page as complete. But you have to answer all the questions and only then do the marking. So you're done with the knowledge evidence. Now you have to click on performance evidence.
So that's the performance evidence.
Okay, knowledge evidence is what knowledge you have.
Performance evidence is what you need to show them what kind of evidence you are collecting.
So by the time you're working, you need to complete a reflective account for a particular question. Let's see an example. So it's 1.2.1. It says, identify and raise concerns with the appropriate person about your own or others' health. So this one is not applicable to me. So here is the assessment criteria. So whenever you're answering, you must read the assessment criteria of each question. It will direct you on how you need to complete your answers and how you need to upload. So if you want to upload a particular performance evidence, there is always a template available at the top. If you click on it, it will open up. So it's taking some time. Here you go. That's a reflective account of your question. And to fill it down, who observed you, you just need to mention. Add a signature and it's done.
Read the questions carefully.
You have to give a written statement. On top of that, you might have to provide certain different evidence, which could be any work product, saying a procedure you were doing. You can ask someone to take your photographs, you can take a screenshot, or documents or emails which you have been discussing with an assessor or the tutor. So it gives evidence saying that you understand the question, you reached out for certain help, and at the end you understood what has to be done. A personal statement saying an audio description of work completed, or anything which you have been doing with an assessor, a certain discussion which you need to complete with an assessor or with the tutor as well. Assessor observation, so in a few questions, your assessor will be able to provide you a certain checklist which you need to perform. Once you perform the checklist, you just need to mention that in your portfolio of evidence, under the performance evidence question which has been asked. Moving forward, a video of performance. Either it can be a video, training, appraisal records, a presentation, assignments, reflective accounts, or professional discussions. The reflective account, as already shown, you just need to answer whatever the question is asking in the reflective account template, upload it, and move forward. If they have been asking for any kind of evidence, you just need to follow the guidance which has been provided. So that's how you complete your performance evidence. Now it's a reflection. Now what is a reflection? You have done the whole unit, you have done the preparation, you have done the knowledge evidence, you have done the performance evidence. Now this is the end of the whole unit. Now you have to reflect on what you have learned in the whole unit. What kind of experience have you gained? Was it good for you, or was it not good for you? You just need to read over here and go down. There is a reflection template. Make sure you do your reflection template. So this is for yourself, showing that you have read through all the documents. If you're ever asked, you will be able to provide it. It's not a big thing. You just need to see unit reflections. You just need to mention the unit name, Unit 1. You just need to see what happened, what did you achieve in the unit, the confidence you gained, the evaluation you have done for yourself, what conclusion you reached, and what your action plan is for the future. Each unit will have its own PDP. What is the PDP? It is a personal development plan. You don't need to write randomly. They are already providing you a template which you need to fill. It is a mandatory task to fill a PDP for each particular unit.
For 10 units, it is going to be 10 PDP plans.
Go through the questions, think about yourself. Why have you enrolled in a dental nursing course?
What is your goal towards it? The place you have started working, what is there left for you to learn? What kind of specialty do you like? What kind of treatments do you like? And what kind of future goals have you set for yourself? There are a lot of things, everything is mentioned over here.
So think about a goal which you need to achieve.
Answer that.
How are you going to achieve it?
If you're going to achieve it in a certain way, how long will it take for you to achieve it?
What sort of steps do you need to take to reach towards the goal?
Once you reach the goal, what GDC outcome will you be
achieving? Considering the GDC outcomes are A, B, C, and D, whichever one you use to assist.
After reaching the goal, how does it benefit you?
So there's kind of things you need to mention in your PDP plan, and go furthermore.
Further down and press save over here. It's complete.
It's saved.
Your 1 unit is done.
So the assessment will be done by your assessor and your IQA, which is an internal quality assurer. They will assess you over here.
So you just need to focus on the parts, ideally the 3 parts, which are knowledge evidence, performance evidence, and reflection.
This is
for all the units, not just for Unit 1. It says for Unit 2, same things, Unit 5, same things, Unit 10, same things.
All the units will have the same subsections which you need to fill in.
Now, as we mentioned, the last part, the PDP. So if you have done a PDP, what you have to do is wherever you have done the PDP, it will save here. So click on all PDPs and you can see.
Now, because I haven't made anything yet, but you will be able to see a list of PDPs here only.
And any feedback to be provided, or anything you would like to see.
Any reflections which you have filled. So, you know, in Unit 1 you have a reflection, and where the reflection goes, it comes over here, all your reflections.
You can see them over here.
And yes, those 2 things you need to do.
These are the things you don't have to worry about. These are for the post-registration qualifications.
Now you're done with the units.
There are a few more things which you need to do. Here is the mandatory witness testimonials.
So what are the MWT requirements? We will go slowly from here. So the mandatory witness testimonial requirements, which are professionalism, clinical environment, decontamination, clinical assessment, adult and child care, periodontology, radiography, and restorative.
So these are the kind of treatments which are done on a regular basis in a dental practice, which you should be aware about. So you might have already assisted, or in the future, you will be assisting in certain treatments.
So these are the things.
What guidance have they been given about you?
Have they witnessed you?
How professional are you? What kind of procedures have you assisted them with?
How good were you with the child?
What is your role in radiography? Did you know about endodontic procedures or not? Have you done prosthetic assistance with them?
Or not?
So certain things which they need to do, but this is for your witness.
The MWT learner questions, this is for yourself.
So you need to complete these procedures, saying restorative procedure. Let's suppose you have assisted a dentist in a restorative procedure.
Now they have asked you a question.
If a member of your team asks you to fill the cavity carve and cure the restoration, check the height of the restoration, and adjust it properly, what is the correct action to take and why?
Okay, first of all, this is out of scope. This is not under your scope of practice because you cannot fill the cavity by yourself or carve or cure the restoration. This has to be done by the dentist only.
So this is a trick question. So click over here, same as before, add evidence. You read the question, go onto a Word file, write down your answer, save it somewhere, add evidence, go into the computer.
And just upload the asset.
Okay, so that was for a restorative procedure. This one is for clinical assessment. And for clinical environment, there are a few questions which you need to complete, which are fewer than the MWT requirements, but this is to be done. Try to fill in everything, whichever has been asked. Wherever you can see, add read this, answer it, then press mark page as complete, and all is done. Now, whatever your witness has done and what you have filled, all can be visible over here. You cannot see anything once you start filling it up. Once your assessor starts filling it up, you will be able to see it. So, whenever you mark a page as complete, what happens is there is a page here that keeps track of everything. On the knowledge evidence, wherever you have marked a page as complete, it will come up over here. It keeps track of whether it is pending with an assessor, whether your assessor says amendment required, or whether it has been completed.
So you need to do this by yourself as well.
If you have done it from there, it gets updated over here.
Do not rely on that.
Try to keep your own track.
So this was all about PebblePad.
In case you don't know anything, or you
Forget anything, just give us a shout.
We will be able to help.
Send us an email, give us a call, or ask for the Academy Manager. They will be able to support you guys.
You are doing brilliantly, and you are going to do great.
Thank you so much.